Welcome to the Hubfizz live show, where you can get ideas to help your eco-conscious business grow. Today I'm joined by Nancy Hyne of True Horizon, talking about simple steps to sustainability in your business. As a qualified engineer, Nancy has over 10 years experience of working in sustainability and has supported a variety of businesses ranging from SMEs to large corporates. For those of you who are joining, thank you, welcome. Please do post your questions in the comments. The show is only 10 minutes, so if we have any time to answer them live, we will. But otherwise, both Nancy and I will jump onto the comments straight after the show, answer any of your questions, point you to links and that as well. And there are quite a few links in the post as well above the live video. So welcome, Nancy.
Hi, Karen. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, pleasure to have you on. And I'm really excited for this session. So, what I wanted to speak to you about was, because you obviously deal with sustainability in bigger businesses, but now you're also focusing on the smaller businesses, people like myself, small business owners. And I think this is quite a sort of key subject to try and make your business more sustainable. But what do you find are the kind of the three main barriers to building better sustainability in your business?
I think the challenges for SMEs are kind of different to what they are for the corporates. For SMEs who are wearing lots of hats, they're doing their own marketing, they're building their websites, they're doing everything. A big factor is time. How can I fit this into my daily schedule? It's quite difficult. And on top of that, it requires a lot of sort of research. If you don't have the knowledge at your fingertips, that sort of compounds it. So, and there is so much misinformation out there. It makes it really difficult to know where to start and actually how to build something that's effective and genuine and authentic. So they tend to be the biggest barriers. And also the third one being cost. A lot of people think, well, if I get in a consultant, it's going to be way beyond the budget that I have available for this. So they're the three big ones really that I think SMEs generally come up against the most.
Okay, and so with that, then, what do you think maybe, what can they do to overcome these barriers? What would be your suggestions?
Certainly there's plenty of information available online. It's just the difficulty of sifting through what is available. A lot of companies like myself have tools and things on their website. A lot of it's free at the moment. A lot of people are sort of supporting SMEs to give them the support and to point them in the right direction. But I think the first step for any business is really to understand your business operations and how they impact the environment. So I must have a big brainstorm and say, what are the things I do as a business that where I have an impact on the environment, and how can I tweak it to reduce that impact? So, anything from packaging, if you're sending things to clients, or your paper use, are you looking at certifications for your paper and ways that you can reduce your printing? So that's kind of the first step really, is to delve into all those little bits and say, okay, these are my activities and these are the ones that have a really big impact on the environment. So how can I tweak the way I do things to reduce that impact?
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, I think as well, if a lot of people I know work from home, and obviously with lockdown everyone's been working from home, so I suppose some of the other things they could look at was the energy, who they get the energy from. Is it is it from green sources?
Renewable energy. Certainly the renewable energy is quite a simple one at the moment, and quite often you will save money on your energy bills. The difference between sort of brown energy, so non-renewable, and green energy, the cost difference is really come down. So there's a lot of comparison websites that will include renewables in there. So that's a really easy one. And if you're already saving money, then great. It's a win-win. So that's a really good one.
Fantastic. And I think I know as well that you've got a little online training course, especially for small business owners. And I've signed up to it, but as I was saying to you, hands up, apologies, I haven't had the time to sort of go and delve into, and I really wanted to have a quick look and do a bit more before we spoke today, but I'm really excited to get going on that. So can you tell us a bit more about it? Sort of what can people expect if they go into that course, and what can they get from it?
So I guess like a lot of people, I've been looking at other ways I can support businesses while we've all sort of been at home and not in the offices. And I really wanted to give businesses, perhaps with a smaller budget, the opportunity to take advantage of the wider knowledge, but without having to spend a huge amount of money, and actually having things that they could do now, even if they're working from home. I know that some people will have home offices anyway, but to give them the tools to be able to build that around their own business. So I've sort of set up a course. It's 5 chapters. You've got lifetime access, which means exactly as you say, if you're not quite got the time to do the full 5 chapters in one go, you can dip in and out of it. And it also means as your business changes and grows, you can come back to the course and go, actually, I can amend this now. But the idea is you'd have a sort of video intro from me for each chapter, just so you kind of highlight what I'm trying to get across, but also editable workbooks that you can adapt with loads and loads of examples, links to where you can get information. Things like carbon offset to neutrality is something I get asked about a lot. So tools for being able to do that. It just kind of gives you guidance of how to build, your strategy or to do an impact assessment. And also one of the key bits is how you communicate that to your customers and your potential customers, because consumers are much more concerned about what businesses are doing from a social perspective, from an environmental perspective. They want to understand your values before they buy from you. So that communication piece is really key as well.
I was going to say that if you did mention it, I remember when we spoke about it before, you said that really appealed to me, because I think even on my website I kind of mention my values, and I say what I do, and I'm involved in the Eco Meetup group, and I'm posting out stuff about it. I haven't actually got it really a page or such written on my site about these are the things I'm actually doing within my business to make less of an impact. So I'm really excited to go through it and really get that refined so that I can get it up. And you did say as well, you're there for people to help if they want to email questions and stuff.
Absolutely. Although you can do it completely in your own time. You can contact me at any point if you get stuck. And actually at the end of the course, I include sort of a review of all your documents as part of that. So we can go through it and discuss sort of next steps for what you want to do. And you can just book in directly through my calendar to say, okay, let's discuss what I've created and give me feedback. So yeah, you're totally not on your own, but you can do it in your own time as well.
That's fantastic. Really, really good. We've got a few people on there. So hi, Nikki. Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us. She says, yeah, the course sounds very handy indeed. Is it online? Yes, it is. And she's saying would love some training on this. And recycling your packaging. Yay. Nikki is a bit of a sort of upcycling Brilliant. Queen. She did a video here on sort of how to recycle your paper in your office for business. So so thanks, Nikki. Some good questions there. She's also said promoting your eco and sustainability values is a fab idea, so you can find your people and the ones you want to work with.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Your tribe. It is very much about that.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, well, I think we're sort of coming near to the end of the show. We've got a couple of minutes, so we could probably do one more question. If there is one thing a business could do now to be more sustainable in the business, what would it be? What are some ideas, maybe just one small step that they could do?
You've mentioned the energy, which is a good one. The other big one as well is waste. It pretty much affects everybody. So start tracking your waste. You can't improve what you can't measure. So when you start to look at the various areas of your business, look at how you can sort of track improvements, or with energy, for example, if you had a leak and you had a spike in your electricity, it's really useful to be able to understand that. So without having that knowledge of what your normal looks like, you won't really be able to build onto that. So make sure you're tracking things like your energy and your waste, so that you can make those improvements.
Okay, that's really good. And that also then leads to the impact assessment as well,
Absolutely.
doesn't it? So you can actually measure what you're putting out.
Exactly.
Fantastic. That's brilliant. Thank you so much. I mean, there's such valuable information and insight.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, no, really, really good. For those tuning in, as I said, we've got some links in the post above to Nancy and all about the course, but of course we will jump on the comments and we'll reply to you and let you know. Next week, I will be talking to Alessandra Ferrulo from Flowing Health, and it's about creating movement in your business. So there's going to be two little angles to that one, which I'm very excited about. The details for that will go up on my Hubfizz page in the next 24 hours. Yes, so thank you once again, Nancy, for joining us.
Thank you, Karen. It was lovely to get involved.
Yeah, really good to have you on the show. Really, thank you so much for all your time, and thank you for tuning in. Goodbye for now, and we'll see you same time next week, Tuesday at 11.
Thanks. Bye.